Good evening. Well, yesterday I got up to the worst day of my life. Facing bankruptcy, Hazel, my wife, moving out, and my dad dying. What else could happen? I went fishing, and I told you that I was sitting on the bank, comfortably watching my float, when a dog come past and nearly pushed me in the water. And on the end of it was, I just saw her back, a lady walking off, saying sorry, and from behind, she looked kind of nice. So I went back the next night. Same thing happened 3 times in a row. Twice in a row, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, twice in a row. And I tried the third night. Because I hadn't been on this scene for many, many years, I was a little bit shy, and I wondered how I could speak to her. But what happened, she came along, and first of all, 2 children were with her. I found out they were age 5 and 6, come right up to me, very precocious children, wanted to make friends, said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, does it look like I'm fishing?" And the little boy pointed to a sign in the middle of the lake. He said, "It says no fishing there." And I said, well, I had to plug it, didn't I? I said, "Well, that's only on Sundays." Oh, he said. So anyway, he saw my keep net and he said, "Can I borrow it to catch a fish?" And I said, "Sure," and he's splashing around. And the lady, who I now know to be Carol, was standing right behind him. And she looked lovely. And we got speaking to a certain extent, and I realised they'd come from Scotland by their accent. And then she said to the children, "Come along, we've got to go for a walk, we've got to take Max," that was the dog, with us. And they said, "Oh, can we stay here?" And I said, "Yeah, you can if you want." And then, of course, I realised that wouldn't have been a good thing. I was a stranger. So I said, no, you've got to go with your mother. So they went off round the lake. Went on for another night. And I'm still not sure what I should do. They came along very friendly and chatted for a little while. More with the kids. I didn't really chat with Carol. And then they said, "You're going to be here tomorrow?" And I said, well, probably not, because I know I had to take my children and meet their mother halfway down to Devon, so I wouldn't have been there. So I said, "Well, I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be here the day after." So the little boy said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Can we borrow your net while you're away?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." I thought, this is good, because they have to come back to give me back the net. So off they went again. And the next day, of course, I couldn't go down there. But I was waiting for the following day, and I was getting on nerves. And the following day, it tipped down with rain, absolutely bucketed down. I thought, well, they are not going to be out in this. I went down, all togged up with Macintosh hat, sat by the lake and waited. Kind of expected it, no one turned up. And I thought, oh, well, that didn't work. Lost me fishing net as well. So I went home quite dejected. And I'll tell you the rest tomorrow. Thank you.